Across Europe, locals physically stop tourists from entering certain villages. In Pluckley, England, residents block roads after dark. In Poveglia, Italy, the government banned paranormal investigators. In Romania's Hoia Baciu forest, locals call it Hell's Gate, where electronics die and hikers vanish. These are not legends. They are documented warnings about medieval witch burnings, World War II massacre sites where visitors hear screams, active landslides that have killed tourists, and contamination so deadly that breathing the air kills you decades later. The final three are not just creepy, they are morally devastating. The sign at the edge of Pluckley reads, "Never walk Fright Corner after sunset." The road has claimed 12 witnesses, including 3 police officers. Kent Police filed 3 incident reports between 2022 and 2024. Each officer described visual anomalies at the same crossroads. The parish council installed floodlights, but locals still avoid the lane after dark. In 2019, archaeologists from the University of Kent uncovered a churned bed of medieval graves 3 meters deep beneath the village fields. It is a physical reminder that what is buried here does not always stay silent. In Romania, a wooden placard at the Hoia Baciu forest trailhead warns that you should not go alone here. Hoia Baciu awaits you. Electronics fail without warning, and the Cluj County Missing Person Register lists 30 disappearances in the forest since 1950. On October 22, 1968, mass reports of silent, luminous phenomena led Gendarmeria Romana to open file JR68 10-24, confirming multiple complaints of strange lights. The Romanian Academy's 2021 electromagnetic survey measured spikes up to 50 microteslas in the clearing, far above the local baseline. The Cluj-Napoca Council now restricts night access for public safety. Leap Castle in Ireland issues a different warning. Guard duty here is a death sentence, and the priest who tried an exorcism fled after 3 nights. During a 1975 conservation survey, workers discovered a bone pile stretching meters deep beneath the west wall. The National Museum of Ireland lists human remains retrieved from the substructure. Local news repeats stories of guards resigning mid-shift, and parish correspondence records the priest's abrupt departure. At Hauska Castle in the Czech Republic, the official notice tells visitors to enter the underground chamber at their own peril. Previous explorers suffered irreversible madness. Built to seal a pit said to lead to hell, the castle sits above a shaft lined with animal bones. Czech police files from 2021 record 3 incidents of trespassers experiencing acute psychosis underground. Conservation pit notes confirm the shaft's unnatural construction and centuries-old remains. Akershus Fortress in Oslo warns of abandoned guard shifts after nighttime sightings of a black hound. 2 guard resignations in 2020 are attributed to psychological distress, and the Oslo City Museum archives confirm the World War II execution site's grim legacy. Personnel files list multiple early terminations, each citing unmanageable night terrors. Zvikov Castle in South Bohemia is known for its Tower of Death. Municipal death registers confirm 6 deaths between 2015 and 2021, each within a year of an overnight stay. Conservation officers note a pattern of failed guard tenures and frequent medical emergencies among visitors. From roadside warnings to sealed police files, each site blurs the line between legend and documented threat. Krakow, Italy, stands empty after a 1963 landslide split its hillside, forcing 1,800 residents to evacuate under prefectural order. The bell tower looms over locked streets, off limits to emergency crews since a tourist's fatal fall in May 2019. The mayor admitted that they rejected a €50 million stabilization project and said that no money can stop the earth from moving. Regional engineers monitor the shifting soil, reporting new cracks each year. In Setenil de las Bodegas, Spain, homes nestle beneath sandstone ledges that threaten to collapse. The mayor's warning that when the rocks fall, it is not a question of if, but when is recorded in council minutes. Geological surveys logged 17 rockfalls from 2015 to 2022, 3 causing serious injuries. The town declined a stabilization grant, unable to secure the entire cliff. Residents practice evacuation drills, living with the knowledge that the next slide could come at any time. Giethoorn, Netherlands appears peaceful, but water rescue logs reveal a different story. 7 drownings since 2015, confirmed by the Dutch Central Bureau of Statistics. In winter, ice blocks the narrow waterways, doubling emergency response times. A rescue coordinator described the struggle, saying that they lose precious minutes navigating the bridges and that every winter brings new tragedies. The village's charm conceals real danger beneath the surface. Hallstatt, Austria, sits above an ossuary holding 1,200 skulls. In 2022, the town council warned tourists away from the Bone Chapel after 3 assaults near the site. Parish records confirm the ossuary's scale, while police files detail repeated clashes between visitors and residents. The tension here is not only with the past, but in the struggle to balance memory and the pressures of mass tourism. Civita di Bagnoregio, Italy, once had 300 residents. By 2022, only 12 remained. Geological studies show the volcanic cliffs erode by several centimeters each year. Emergency services keep a standing evacuation order for heavy rains. The ancient bridge is the sole route in or out, and when closed, the city is completely isolated. Consono, Italy, was abandoned overnight after a 1976 landslide destroyed the main road. In 2019, a visitor filming the ruins suffered paralysis when the ground gave way. Hospital records confirmed the injury, and a 2020 geologist's report concluded that the ground here is unstable for generations and no reconstruction is possible. Here, the threat is not legend but the earth itself, unpredictable, indifferent, and always waiting. A rusted plaque at the entrance to Oradour-sur-Glane reads, "Do not touch the village, it still weeps." On June 10, 1944, 642 men, women, and children were killed here by the Waffen-SS. The ruins remain untouched, preserved by decree of the French government. Municipal law forbids repairs, and the mayor's office denies all requests for film crews or ghost hunters. The local curator keeps the memorial archive locked after hours. Every June, the village holds a silent procession past the scorched church where most victims died. The burial register lists every name. The ban on casual visitation is not about superstition. It is a shield against spectacle, an act of respect for the dead. Across the lagoon from Venice, Poveglia Island is sealed by regional order. The sign at the dock warns, "Entry forbidden, plague dead, rest here." Between 1630 and 1790, the island received over 160,000 bodies during repeated outbreaks. Burial registers from the Venetian archives record the mass graves. Later, the island housed a psychiatric hospital, shuttered in 1968. In 2022, the Regional Health Authority renewed the ban on paranormal tours, citing the dignity of the dead. Local officials refuse all requests for overnight stays. No boats land here without permission. The island's silence is enforced by law. Near Konin, Poland, dusk brings a different warning. "Don't walk the fields after dark, the ground remembers," say villagers living near the site of the Chelmno extermination camp. From 1941 to 1945, 320,000 people were murdered. The Institute of National Remembrance maintains the memorial and burial registers. Survivors report seeing ghostly crowds at sunset. The municipality prohibits unsupervised visits, and police patrol the perimeter during anniversaries. Here, the past is not a story for tourists. It is a living wound, guarded by law and by those who remember. Do not linger here. The air can kill you. The sign on Pripyat's exclusion zone is not a warning from another era, but a daily reality. In 2024, the International Atomic Energy Agency measured radiation levels in the city at 10 times the internationally accepted safe limit. The playground at Carpacci still holds dust hot enough to trigger a Geiger counter from across the street. Official charts predict the soil will remain hazardous for 20,000 years. No one lives here, but the silence is not empty. Emergency workers patrol the boundary, and every spring wildfires spread radioactive ash across the ruins. The cost is measured in invisible particles and in the lives of those who return too soon. In Asbest, Russia, the danger is not hidden. The town's name comes from the mineral that built it and now haunts it. Over 60,000 people once worked the world's largest open-pit asbestos mine. By 2021, the Russian Ministry of Health linked more than 20,000 deaths to mesothelioma and lung cancer. Children still play near the mountain of white tailings, even as epidemiology maps show a cluster of disease that defies explanation. The mind keeps running and the warning is spoken quietly. Breathe here long enough and you will not leave old. Distomo, Greece, carries a wound that never closed. The plaque at the war memorial reads, "Do not cross the general's lane. His memory lives on." On June 10, 1944, German troops massacred 218 villagers, including 53 children. The International Military Tribunal's files list every victim. Each year, farmers still turn up bones in the fields. The municipal custodian keeps a record of every new discovery, and the names of the dead are read aloud at the annual procession. No apology has ever come from Berlin. In Distomo, grief is not history. It is an open grave, guarded by law and by memory. Every warning still echoes for a reason. In Europe's shadowed corners, the past is neither dead nor buried. It waits, alive in memory and risk. These forbidden places remind us. History's darkest scars never heal if we only chase thrills and ignore the pain beneath the silence.